Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the studio. We have a close-up of one of our studio supervisors here. And then we've actually got everybody here today. There's Minnie, just staring into your soul. Oh, she was eyeing that lizard, I think. Oh, what a place for the camera to freeze. Look at that face. Look at that face. Here we go. Let's fix this. All right, he's still here. So, Mir has learned very quickly that the wheel means pets. There we go. I know all the scratches. All the chin scratches. Hey, 3089th, good afternoon. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you for helping us keep the cats in kibble for 68 months. Ooh. This is Minnie's ritual before it's nap time. Now, Mir probably thinks he's going to get to go to take a nap right here, but we got to move him because I do want to make some tankards. Rain, hello. Oh, you can actually move the subtitles wherever you want them. You should be able to click on them and drag them. Yes. So you can put them wherever you want. Yeah, and you can turn them off, yes. Yes, ma'am. Both hands? How about both hands? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get your belly. You're stuck. I'm gonna get your belly. She's taking it out on the lizard. There we go. Well, Mir has cleared off a little bit. And I'm going to add some water here and kind of straighten this up and put a tile back on here. Get some of the crunchy bits off. I'm going to grab a little bit more water. Minnie will fall asleep like that. Get a few more scratches in before I get my hands wet. So today I need to throw some tankards. There's something on your ear. And we've got, kind of nervous because we've got a few bugs flying around in here, and Mir likes to stalk them, so if you see like cats jumping and flying through the air, that's probably why, because I think that was a little bit too much water. I had to go like close the lids of my kilns that were empty because he was like running around trying to find a moth and like jumping, not looking where he was going and jumping. So I just thought I'd save myself some grief and just close the lids. That way he could, if he needed to, he could jump on top of them and not hurt anything. What are y'all doing? I don't know, there was a bit of a standoff there. Oh, there she's going. Oh, we're frozen again. I couldn't tell because there was no cats. There we go. So I'm gonna make some tankards. So we're starting off with 1.5 pounds of clay, and I've got around like 40-ish, 40 to 50 of these to make. And so the tankards are going to have a wider base and have kind of a standard rim size, but then a wider base and be just a tad bit taller than the regular mugs. They're a little bit bigger than the regular mugs, but it's more the shape that is significant. So they're a bit more bottom heavy. And if I have time, I'll make some more of the regular mugs just to fill in some gaps. Because I've got another bag of those I can make. So I'm going to try for 80 pieces today. But I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Oh, yeah. What is a tankard? Google gives you images of battle tanks. Really? I thought it's a drinking vessel. So think of, what's the other term? Tankard, what's the one with a lid called? Stein? A stein? They're very similar. A stein technically has a lid. A tankard is just the drinking vessel with a wide base. Usually it tends to be larger than a regular mug. And so this is a tankard, so it is a bottom heavy mug. Let me look at my guide. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I might have a tankard around here somewhere. Kind of show you the difference in the mugs and the tankards. So this is a tankard, and one of these, like this is a regular mug. So they are, like, it's a little bit bigger, but the extra volume comes from the wider base. It's not that much taller, but it does hold more because it has a wider base. And where these are more just pot-bellied, this is, like I said, is more bottom heavy, and the design of this is based on something called a captain's mug, which was used on boats because if you have it really a wider base, it's harder to knock over. And a captain's mug would be maybe this wide, and then it would have a much narrower rim to prevent things sloshing around. Oh, hi, Minnie. And then these will all get different sayings on them. Like the one that I grabbed, it said Prancing Pony on it. I'll make a couple of those. We'll make a sampling of our different fandom things and gaming related mugs, because the show we're going to in a few weeks is a gaming con. It's called Origins Game Fair. Oh, in Germany it's called a Humpen or a drinking pitcher. A drinking pitcher. I like that. Yeah, don't bother pouring it out. Just drink it directly from the pitcher. Yep. Whoa, no. Well, actually, so I make a bigger 32-ounce one. I didn't even notice the camera had frozen. I make a bigger 32-ounce one, and it is the size of a quart pitcher. It's the same like amount of clay that I use for that and everything. So let's this. All right, now you can see what happened to this poor thing. It's actually got a pretty good hole in it. I was gonna see if I could fix it, but there may have been too much water there. You may just have to fold this over and compress that back down. Kind of trying to get all the little air bubbles out of there, because when you fold it over, there's going to be some trapped air. And this one just might not work. It might not work. Might have gotten too uneven. But I'm going to play with it. You never know if you don't try. right, let's see. So I like to throw with clay that is really, really soft. And when you do that, you end up with things maybe collapsing a little bit easier than you want them to, but you, the clay is a bit more forgiving too, because you can just kind of squish it back together. But one of the main reasons I like the softer clay is it's easier on my joints. It's easier, like you don't have to use as much pressure to move it around. And when I throw on average like 100 pieces at a time, it makes a huge difference on my comfort level at the end of the day. So I may have a few more claytalities, or I may have a few more near misses, but I may not be as sore. Rain. Oh, yeah, you remember us now. We're the one with the vibrant colored ceramics. Yes, so all these different colors. Yep. Here we go. See, this one wanted to be a tankard. It did. Yeah, we make a lot of punny and nerdy stuff, and also have a very large, like a selection of colors. All right, here we go again. A customer of yours used to do ceramics. EM Ceramics had to close it, but he's selling barbecues now. What did they do? Or did they do classes, or did they manufacture? Manufacture. We have been very fortunate so far that we have, like, we do a combination of retail shows where we go to a festival or convention and sell there. usually themed products. We do a whole lot of wholesale, which like I have different restaurants and things around the country that we sell, branded mugs to, and retail shops where we do the same. And then we also, sell online and at our own shop down in Nashville. So we've got several different avenues of revenue. But any small business is always going to be challenging. You didn't buy into the what's the EM? What do you mean by that? Oh, EM ceramics are made from clay that was fermented with effective microorganisms and then fired. The EM informations are burned into the clay and can be transferred to the water to vitalize and cleanse it. So it was a filter? I mean, most water filters have a ceramic material as part of the filter. Like like clay can filter water. It's nothing special. Unless I'll look it up and see, because I didn't think it was anything special. Yeah, I'd not heard of that one. Microorganisms fired into the clay. Yeah, it's like I don't know of any microorganism that's going to withstand 2,000 degrees or even 1,500 degrees if you're going, super low fire. I just There's a lot of clever branding out there of like of actual serious things like that's just something very simple that you give a fancy name to. But like you say, I think that's just pure hogwash. Yeah. Like there was someone in our area who was selling um, urns, so ceramic urns to hold remains in, and they were selling them as biodegradable. That they will, kind of like the wooden ones that you see, or ones where you can plant a tree, and things like that. And someone told me about that, and I'm just like, so they're selling unfired pots. So, or pots that have been very, very, very low fired, so that when you put it in the ground and add water, it's just going to dissolve. That's what they're selling and calling them biodegradable. Huh. Yep, the placebo effect has been proven to be real. Yeah. It's like the pencil sharpening ceremony up in Wisconsin. Has anybody else heard of that? Like, I just heard of it like yesterday, and now I'm of course, getting all kinds of videos and information about it because I looked it up. But it is such an interesting social experiment. It is so interesting. It is like someone had a tree that died in a storm, broke in a storm, in their front yard, and they, instead of just tearing it down, they had an artist come and sculpt it into, like, 'cause it was straight up and down, into like a number 2 pencil. So they've got this giant huge pencil in their front yard. And I don't know how it started, but the ceremony is every year they have a pencil sharpening ceremony as a active renewal, end of the school year, like as an act of renewal. And they've said, because as long as your pencil has a sharpened tip, you can do anything. You can write or draw anything. And so something as silly as that, people dress up and they have music and dancing, and they have all this funny, like they have this giant huge pencil sharpener that they have this big ceremony that they do, and save the shavings. It's hilarious and silly and great, but it's like, it doesn't take much for our like primitive need to have like rituals to come out again. Regulations for operating a furnace are quite extreme. Wow. Like, why would they regulate it? They're just setting things on fire. Actually, so like talking about that, the insurance I have here, because I'm in a commercial building, and we're in kind of like a old-fashioned style of downtown buildings where it's like all one big, where the walls are touching. And so the insurance, when we were talking about what we were doing and showing the equipment that we had and getting, explaining what we had, like they were much more concerned about my restaurant next door than they were about my kilns, because they looked up the information and saw how, I had everything done safely and vented and far enough away from the walls and everything, and not to wood. But they, they're like your neighbor is much more of a risk than you are being a restaurant. you wanted to set up a forge making knives and swords and stuff like that, but you'd have to have it built somewhere in the middle of the country. Yeah, because you can't, like, yeah, up here everybody does things in their backyard. You can't do that in Germany. Ooh. So you make virtual swords. Oh, 3D modeling, nice. Didn't know if you were talking about that or video games. So, Rain, can you tell me, are you watching on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube? Because I'm testing out the OBS multi-stream right now, and it's actually not differentiating for me. Twitch, okay. Whoops. I wonder which side it came off of. I'm gonna go with this right here. Just gonna go right there and put this back together. There we go. See, good as new. You know, I've multi-streamed on Kick before, and it's we never got very many much interaction there. A little bit, but not a lot. Twitch is still the one where we get the most like. It has the best chat, definitely. Yeah, well, we've been on Twitch for nearly 10 years, so we've been here a while. But I am gonna see, I wonder if, let's see. I'm gonna do this over here. See, it's like we occasionally get like a message or a question from the Facebook streams and such. I just wanted to make sure that I can see it. There we go. Yeah, you were on Twitch for like 5 or so years, but you prefer having a video or stream play while you're doing stuff rather than streaming yourself. Yeah. Yeah, audiobooks are my go-to when I'm not streaming. Because for me, I've never really been able to like watch something while I'm working because I need to look at I need to look at what I'm making, but I can listen. Passion Tiger, hey, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. I will come back and fix that screen. Let me move these. Okay, there we are. Oh yeah, audiobooks, you've tried that, but they don't work because when you focus, you no longer hear the words, yeah. But you hear it, but you don't perceive it, yes. It depends on what I'm doing. Like doing something like this, like throwing, seriously, I don't really have to think about what I'm doing when I'm throwing. So that leaves my mind open to talk to people on chat or to listen to a book or to, you know, think about other things. And so I really enjoy having like a book to listen to or somebody to talk to while I'm working. But like if I have to do something that involves like typing or numbers, like no, I can't I can't focus on the words. I can't do that. I have to like only focus on what I'm doing. Ow, amazing, hello. Thank you for the raid as well. It's our second raid this morning and we're just getting started, or afternoon, I forget, it is the afternoon. I actually got to sleep in this morning. Our Amazing's Claymates have arrived. Welcome, everybody. And K-Pop, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I hope everybody's had a good weekend. We had a game day, a board game day with friends yesterday, so we stayed out much later than we normally do in our old age. And we're able to sleep in today. Our shop in Nashville is closed this weekend because of the CMA Fest, which is the Country Music Festival, and you would think that that would be a busy time, but it's not. It is horrible because people can't really get to us because all the roads are shut down. Off to shopping you go! Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. You know, at one point in my life, I could stay up till midnight every day and not be all that phased. The next one, and I'm past that phase. I'm past that. But this time there really is no pun intended, but it is extremely muggy in here because it's very humid. So I don't know how much these are going to dry out today. You might be older than me. I very well could be. I'm at the point in my life where I am in need of bifocals. The next time I get glasses, I know that's what I'm going to have to do. Because if I have to look at something really close now, I have to either take my glasses off or hold it out here. And that doesn't really seem fair because I'm short-sighted. Like, I can't see anything far away. The only thing I can see is things close to my face, and now I can't even see that. Well, Rain, I will take that as a compliment because I've had people tell me before, because when I meet people in person, they're like, "Oh, you look so much older on stream." I'm like, "Oh, huh." And universally, the comment everybody says when we meet in person, "Oh, wow, you're tall," because we never see how tall each other are on stream. And I've done the same thing. People are like, "Oh, you're short." Shorter than I thought you would be. K-pop, you've got another round of storms blowing up around you again, so it's definitely extremely humid. Where are you at? What part of the country? See, we are in southern Kentucky, and this morning it looked cloudy, but on radar it didn't say that it was anything like that was gonna rain. So maybe I'll have to check again. I'm 5'10". It's not like I'm like extreme basketball height or anything, but above average for a woman. But it is funny because as I've had student interns come in through here over the years, or just in teaching classes and having employees you know, everybody's shorter than me, and I realized that I've set up my entire studio and all my workspaces for myself. All of my tables are taller than normal because I like to stand, or even, you know, and things are up high. So like, sometimes I feel bad because we need step stools for everybody else. Oh, you're north of Memphis. Okay, so maybe we are getting something. Okay. Maybe it's just later in the afternoon, because usually whatever hits Memphis and West Tennessee usually hits us too, a few hours later. Man, CMA Fest has got hit hard this year with rain. Oh man, they're just nothing but a bunch of drowned rats.
No matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, it's actually all right. You have more power than life can give yourself credit for. You have something that's going on in your life right now that's
You were like, 20 years ago, you were taller than everybody else. Now it feels like everybody else is taller than you. So K-pop, like, so if you're just north of Memphis, Millington, is that like somewhere around Bartlett? See, I'm from Paris, Tennessee, so I'm in the very northern part of West Tennessee, and but what I was gonna say is, like, so this weekend we had the 6880 400-mile yard sale, and I heard that there was another one next weekend that went from Memphis to Nashville. What, on Highway 70 maybe? And here it is a massive, huge deal. Though it rained almost every day, so I didn't put anything out in front of our shop here. I have before. But you get people setting up and everybody putting up tents like on like empty corners and stuff. And okay. Yeah, my mother used to work down in Memphis. So she was down there all the time. So what I'm making today, I am working on my 24-ounce tankards. The tankards are a wider base mug, or a mug with a wider base. That's a little bit larger than our regular size mug, which is more of like a pot-bellied shape like you've seen going through the slideshows. And I make this is the 24-ounce version. I do make one that is a 32-ounce, which is much, much bigger. It's almost like comically large for a tankard. Need to remember to hydrate. So I had a tea earlier and I drank that, and so I filled my cup back up with pickle lemonade. Has anybody ever had pickle lemonade before? It's half lemonade, half Sprite, and I use zeros for both of them, like Sprite Zero and then like sugar-free lemonade. And then you put a few tablespoons of dill pickle juice in there. And it is really, really good. The pickle juice cuts the sweetness of the drink, and it actually tastes like a sweet pickle, is what it tastes like. But I enjoy it. Oh no! Here I am looking at the screen and didn't even notice it had frozen. Here I am talking about my pickle lemonade. Okay. Sounds a bit too sour. Yeah, it's the type of thing I can see, like, kids trying, because, like, to me, it's not that sour. Like, it's not, like, as bad as a dill pickle, but, like, I remember as kids, like, making pickle popsicles, like, put pickle juice, whether bread and butter or dill, like, in an ice cube tray, and then put, like, toothpicks or sticks in it, and you have a little pickle popsicle. To the point that you could buy them at concession stands. Hey, Rain, welcome back. But my husband is a huge, like, dill pickle fan. He can drink just pickle juice by the glass. Oh, only on burgers, yeah. Like, I'm not a huge just, munch on a big dill pickle as a snack or anything. It's a bit too bitter and sour, like you say, but I'll eat them in small quantities. Deep fried and served with ranch. Pickle pops, yes, pickle popsicles, they are a thing. Oh my gosh, you can buy sauerkraut juice to drink? I'm gonna tell him that. My husband might, like, actually enjoy that. Oh, that smell, though. That smell. Oh. I have actually made a fermentation crock for the purpose of sauerkraut for somebody. It was massive. It was one of the biggest things I've made. It was like, this tall. In the end, it held 14 quarts or something like that. Really? Aldi? Yeah, we have an Aldi. Not too far away. Wow. And it actually is for drinking. It's not like the brine that you're supposed to, like, pour on cabbage to make sauerkraut. Like, in college, I worked at a restaurant that was like a hot dog restaurant. It's fast food. It was at a theme park, and like, so it was all hot dogs and buns, French fries, and then they had all the fixings. So they had, like, cheese and ketchup and mustard and sauerkraut. And to this day, if I smell that canned sauerkraut, I want to gag. Well, yeah, here, so you'll see like pickle flavored things a lot, like potato chips. You'll have dill flavored things, and they call it pickle flavored. Like, do they have? So in Germany, do they have like sauerkraut flavored things? He definitely my husband definitely has that palate. I mean, his name is German, but because he likes vinegar on everything. Nordic Sparkle, hello. Only the actual sauerkraut, yeah. I'm good. We're talking about like strangely flavored things, like pickle flavored, and I just learned that Rain was telling us that there is you can buy sauerkraut juice to drink in Germany. Like I was saying, my husband likes to drink dill pickle juice. Like when the pickles are all gone, he'll just drink the juice. Because I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking pickle lemonade, which is it's half lemonade, half Sprite, and then like a few tablespoons of pickle juice to cut the sweetness, and it tastes like a sweet pickle. It is really, really good, or at least I like it.
Really flying the music. Okay. And it's so packed in here. The band sounds great. Double penny whistle track.
And we are making our 24-ounce tankards today. These are just going to be, they're all going to have things on them, and it's going to be a sampling of all of our fandom and gaming things. Our next show is a board gaming convention called the Origins Game Fair. And we actually, on Friday, we got notified that we are actually in another show. We get to go out to Denver in July.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. That movie is great. That's the second time I saw it. David Amer.
Because there's a show called the Fan Expo in Denver.
Okay.
A neighbor got in trouble because of your woodruff? What is woodruff? I thought you said it was tea. I assumed it was tea. Does it look like something else?
Yeah.
In Sweden, you recently got chips with raspberry sour flavor. It's actually pretty good, kind of tangy and sour with the salty. It goes good together. I can see that. So a salty sweet or salty sour, I like that. I like salty sweet. And that's kind of what the drink is, the pickle drink. It's the, I guess, a little bit of the sour with the sweet. Come on, stay with me now. Okay, woodruff is like an herb you can make into a tea, an herbal tea. It's mildly toxic, but not if you drink too much of it. What is the drink that we have here? So, there are several places here that have like a Coca-Cola themed like restaurant or whatever that have specifically it was like at Disney World, and I think there's one in Atlanta because that's where Coke's headquarters is, where they have machines where you can sample beverages from all over the world, you know, that Coke manufactures or you know distributes all over the world. And there's the German one is like, for me, it tastes so sour and just not good. It's not meant for the American palate. So I'm going to ask you, Rain, do you actually drink the Beverly drink? Is that something that like people actually drink and like? Because that's what it's called. A Coca-Cola product called Beverly.
Thank you.
Oh, really? So you never heard of it? So it was originally developed for the Italian market, but so it may just be something they know that tastes bad. They just put here to like get everybody to drink it. Oh wow, a neighbor dug it out of your garden and threw it away because they were afraid it was toxic? Whoa. Okay, hasn't been produced since 2009, but Disney World still has it, which is why they have it as a sample there. Gotcha. That just tells me they had so much of it that they just like used it to give out samples. Maybe they don't even have it anymore, I don't know. Oh yeah, it is vandalism and trespassing. That neighbor has always been trouble, and that was the last straw. And the neighbor actually admitted to it, admitted to digging up the weed. Oh, he thought it was weed. Yeah. K-pop, that sounds like Jolt Cola. It was briefly, no, I remember Jolt, yeah. For a while, you could still find it on college campuses, yeah. I don't think I ever, like, drank a full one, but my husband, like, used to love the stuff. It is still being produced. You can find it. It is very regional now. You might be able to find it in Indiana or something like that. It's still around. Mostly for people, what, now in their 40s and 50s, looking back and saying, wow, I drank that? I drank how many of those in a day? Whew. Oh, Nordic, yeah, that is kind of odd. Like, speaking of legal things, in Sweden, you have a kind of an uproar lately. An ambulance driver got fired for testing positive on an alcohol test. However, the test is very controversial since it measured alcohol consumption over a long time, which means they could have had a drink on their own private time, yeah. Well, that's like some of the drug tests here. You know, the drugs could like be in your system for you don't know how long, and that can also get you fired. Was Jolt like the one of the first drinks to advertise extra caffeine, maybe like one of the first energy drinks? So yeah, your neighbor got in trouble because of your wood roof. Yeah, Nordic, that seems like was a bit harsh. I didn't know Dr. Pepper was higher in caffeine than others, but Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew, I would believe, and Jolt was 4 times that. Really? In Canada, Mountain Dew until recently was caffeine free, really? I mean, there is a caffeine free version you can get, but I wonder why. All right, that's number 20. In Germany, Fanta is yellow, not bright orange. Well, see, there's like several different flavors. Each flavor is a different color. So are you saying like the orange Fanta is not orange? I'm like, yeah, the yellow Fanta is pineapple. Hmm. Really? There's a law that said if something had caffeine in it, it required the brown coloring. Hmm. Less sweet. Yeah, I think like all the American sodas have things that are banned in other countries. Yeah. Because we don't care what we eat as long as it tastes good. I mean, I can't say anything. I'm drinking things that claim zero sugar, that have the sugar substitutes. A grapefruit soda? That doesn't sound very good. I missed something here. What? Someone was stopped because the man who was the creepy boss of the whole Swedish part of the store wanted women who were on their periods to have a red sash around their arm. What? Why not just put up a red tent? To signal she might need more toilet breaks. That didn't go over very well in the newspapers, as you might imagine. Yeah. Wow. Grapefruit soda is amazing. Maybe I'll have to give it a shot. I'm like, grapefruit juice seems very sour. But I'm sure with the application of enough sugar, anything will taste good. Really, what surprised you most was American chocolate? The milk chocolate. Nord, what's what magic trick you got going? Well, thank you for the follow. Just think, Rain, we really just don't know any better. That's all the chocolate we've ever had. That's what we think chocolate is. Milka, I think I'm going to have to make a trip to Aldi. Oh, you say chocolate had a sour aftertaste. I wonder why they do the acid. Oh, so Rain. So it's apparently it was something that's left over from the time when they couldn't keep milk stable long enough, like for before pasteurization. Okay, because it's milk chocolate. Wonder Hamster, hey. So yes, also I'm glad it's sounding better. Good. I'd almost forgotten. So I had did I cut this one off? I don't remember. Wonder Hamster came in and fixed the sound issues we were having. And so everybody, Wonder Hamster is my husband who I've been talking about. So Daniel, I've just learned, we were talking about pickle juice because I made my pickle lemonade and how you drink pickle juice. Rain here was saying that in Germany you can buy bottled sauerkraut juice to drink. And I didn't know if that would appeal to you or not. Sounds good. Sounds good. Supposedly very healthy. I'd say it gets your digestion moving along. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. Hershey and Nestle don't compare with Lindt for American products. Even Cadbury has been dumbed down for the American palate. Wow. So it's not the same that you would get over there. Yeah, I might have to actually go to an Aldi and get some chocolate. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get my head out of the way. We've had a blowout. There is I cut through the bottom of the mug. The bottom wasn't thick enough. So what I'm gonna have to do is get some of my scraps here and add a little bit more clay to the bottom of this. Now I've got to do this more by feel than anything else because I can't really get down in there and see what I'm doing. I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit. Straighten that up a little bit. And we'll try to cut it off again and see if this time there's enough clay there. Oh, you saw some Milka products at CVS. So they might be other places too. All right. Let's pay more attention to the bottom of the mug. Slowly rotting corpse, hello. May have more to do with the FDA than the palate. Yeah, it may be that too. Yeah, U.S. food rules are typically more lax than European food rules, and it might be something as simple as like they can they're allowed to make it different for the U.S. market, and so they do. I don't know. So far, I have 26 tankards. So we're halfway done with the tankards, or actually maybe a little bit more than halfway done. And then I'm going to make some of the regular mugs. Need some more water. Ooh, wibble wobble, wibbly wobbly. K-pop, yes, we have a website. If you hit the shop command, it will bring up a link for you. It is pawleystudios.com. That's our business name. That's our last name. Whoa. Thank you for all the follows. That's not real. What is all that? What's the point of bots auto following like that? But K-pop, yeah, there it is. Whoa. What is all this? Ugh. Yeah, just trying to make life miserable. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Right, Lassa, what the heck? I'm like, am I gonna have to go through and like, because they're all different names, am I gonna have to go through and just like individually unfollow all of them? That's gonna, or have them remove them all, ban every one of them? Well, you know, we haven't had an issue with like stuff like that in a long time, so I don't know what's going on today. But welcome everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah, Lassa, yeah. Wolfie Bread, hey. Wonder Hamster, okay. Wonder Hamster just enabled a 1 month followers only mode for the room. Okay, that got rid of some of them, so that's something we can do to know in the future. Nice. Thank you, Wonder Hamster. But Wolfie Bread, do we make a soup bowl with a handle for French onion soup? Yeah, well, are you looking for something different than the regular soup bowls we have? See if I've got one besides this one. This one's just dirty. But like this is my soup bowl. Before I like dump everything out, this should just be clay. There we go. But so this holds it holds a full 3 cups if you go to the brim, so it holds quite a bit. He said yes. Okay. You can order those on the website. So if you have the website up, just search for soup bowls and you can pick your color and everything. So. And everything is dishwasher, microwave, and oven safe. Yeah, oatmeal, ice cream. So thank you, Wonder Hamster. My hero. No, we suddenly got dozens, you probably saw it, dozens of like weird jumbled numbers and letter names of follows. Randomly generated usernames, yeah. And speaking of soup bowls, I think I actually need to make a few. There we go. Where is my... There it is, my wire. Onerator? Oh, that's bad. Yeah, randomly generated usernames. No, we got spammed by bots, and it was all, you know, randomly generated usernames, just like jumbles of letters and numbers. Oh, Wonder Hamster, you didn't see all of them, but well, thank you anyway. You're super distracted. You're at your favorite coffee shop. You were going to play games with Twitch in the background, but they're playing a Rush Hour marathon. All right, well, we now have 30 pieces. See how many more we've got to go. Oh, Lassa, no, not a migraine. May it pass quickly. Oh no! No. That was almost done. I don't know if it'll go back together. It might. It didn't actually rip it apart. Might have a bit of a wobble. There we go. All right, looks like I got 11 more of these to do. Don't forget to hydrate, everybody. So close. So close. That one was fairly easy to fix. Okay, we got 5 more of these to go. That one's shorter than it needs to be. Let's see. Here we go. Your swords are taking shape. Nice. Are these for like gaming miniatures, or is this going to be like a 3D printed, like full length, full size sword? No, mostly just like world building, or you had an idea. Nice. All right, this is the last of the tankards. go. So all in all, we have 43 tankards. All right, so this is going to be a yarn bowl. And I just need one of these. Get some of that clay off of there and then stretch this out. So this one was made of 2 pounds of clay. It was just a little bit more than the tankards. There we go. And that's all it is. Just make a bowl, and then once it dries out, I will cut a notch out in the side so it can be a yarn bowl. And then this one has been ordered with some custom graphics. Oh, you'll only hope someday shipping might be cheaper. I don't know. Just keeps going up and up. All right, I'm going to see how many of the regular 20-ounce mugs I can make. I need to measure this one after I make it and then adjust it and reset my guide. Okay, let's see how tall this is, if I guessed right. Oh yeah, if you order one of the bowls, the shipping is like the same as the bowl, yeah. Especially to you. All right, I did guess correctly. Rain. I mean, yeah, you can do that. Like for the mugs, like I can ship 8 mugs for the same price I can ship one because I can fit all that in a box under 12 inches. Because that's what gets it. It's like there's the weight, and the mugs don't weigh that much, but it's the size of the box too. If you go over a 12-inch cube box, then the price goes up drastically. So yes, you know, shipping things together is a good idea. But I don't know if you lose any money that you've saved when you have to then like maybe ship those mugs somewhere else. I don't know. The yarn bowls, gotcha. Wolfie, you need a set of like 8 teacups for your mom with things like angels, words of encouragement like don't ask for time till I get my tea. Or even Harry Potter. We have plenty of options there. Yeah, we're trying to redo our order sign. Like when we go to a lot of the fandom conventions, we don't get a lot of room. So we usually get one 10 by 10 booth. So to take and to display all of our options, what we've done is you can usually put up banners, you know, depending on the show, between 10 and 12 foot high. So we made a banner with all of our different mug phrases on it, and gave them different numbers so people can look at it like a t-shirt banner or like ordering menus. People say, I want number 12 and I want number 86. And we did that. We need to update it because we've had quite a few new things in the past year. And so we're just kind of redoing everything and trying to make it more legible and make more sense. There we go. So tell me, do you think that, like, for organizational purposes, like, should things be organized in alphabetical order, or should they be organized by popularity? Like, we would put all the Harry Potter stuff together and all the Star Wars stuff together. But I'm leaning strongly towards categorization, because that's what I tend to do when I'm just displaying things. It's like we had, like, some of the bigger fandoms at the top of the banner. We had Harry Potter, we had Star Wars, we had Lord of the Rings, and Princess Bride. And then the further down, we just added them, and we had it separated into kind of one banner was more fantasy and one banner was more sci-fi. Oh dear. Let's see if I can fix these. They bump together. Actually, that might not need to do anything to it. That's okay. All right, that's good. But they stuck together and then warped. So, okay, let's try this again. There we go. So I said I use the terms Harry Potter and Star Wars. We do mostly fan art or designs or quotes. We have so we don't afford the licensing, and there's some things we stay away from. Usually quotes I don't care about, and honestly, like we are a very, very, very small company, so we're not usually on anybody's radar. I learned like several years ago, you remember when The Mandalorian came out and everybody was making like Baby Yoda stuff and trying to sell it like they were making crocheted toys and just handmade stuff everywhere, and Disney cracked down on that. If you titled it Baby Yoda, you got a cease and desist. But if you call it Green Alien Kid, they left you alone. So it's stuff like that. It's and at one point I really tried to stay away from any graphics, so it was mostly like text and quotes and maybe hints at things, or like a police box gives the impression of Doctor Who, but you can't copy, they don't copyright a police box. But it is a big gray area, and hey buddy. Gotta get used to cats with a long tail. Put Yo-Yo-Da on it, yeah. So there's Mir and his floofy tail. Yeah, some companies are more aggressive than others. Like there was a big trend, and like I said, there's ways around it. Like there was a big trend several years ago for like photographers to take Star Wars or any other or superhero action figures and pose them in places and take photographs of them. You know, like very very artful photographs, like putting them in scenery and different things. We dropping them into different different worlds, and I wonder if that was just a fad, or if something or if that was, someone put a stop to that, because I thought it was interesting. Like that was like one way to get around like using a likeness, because it is an art piece and you're taking these objects and photographing them. sleeping kitty. I think Near's got the right idea for how to spend a Sunday afternoon.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue, la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue, la casa de la bachata. La casa del merengue, y la casa de la bachata. Música, 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 te traigo música. Música, música, música de la República. ¡Ajá!
Susan's not wanting to gain height very well. There we go. We'll get there one way or the other. Maybe we won't. All right, let's try this again. That's a good save. That's a really good save. It's not even wonky. Lost my sponge. Come back here. There we go. we have 60 pieces. It looks like I've got about 12 more to do. I see where the problem is. I guess at least I can say it collapsed fairly evenly right there. Compress that back down and we're almost good. And so now we have 61. Oh no, a friend of yours is at a convention and spent most of their day desperately searching for the key to their trailer. No. Oh, I feel that stress level. Oh. We were at a show one time about to unload and like the lock was like stuck. We had the key but could not get it open. I don't remember if they ended up cutting it off or what, but it was frustrating. They figured they were going to have to break it open. Yeah, tomorrow or today in your time zone is a holiday, so there's no shops open. Locksmiths are crazy expensive, especially on a holiday. Yep. Sure, I think that's when you try to take the hinges off the door. midnight there. Oh. Yep, so you're already in Monday morning. You know, Wolfie, I had not thought about CLR for that type stuff because I use that for hard water stains. Daniel would usually just spray all the hinges and stuff with like WD-40. I just found it good. The CLR worked great on Xbox One controller. Oh, it had corroded and tarnished connectors. Dropped it in and they fizzled and came out shiny. There you go. Hey, Mir. Hey, buddy. Yeah? What's up? He came and rubbed against my legs and was talking to me. Mm-hmm. You're being all friendly. Must be close to treat time. Yeah. Watch out for the whiskers. Watch out. Oh, let me get this off of here. Huh? Come on. Oh, yeah. Hello. We're good. Whew. I'm surprised he missed the camera there. Whew. No. No. Oh. All this during the ad break. All this during the ad break. Oh dear. Let me go get him. Oh, see if I can fix a tankard. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I think I can fix this one. Come on, just sit on the bed. There's a paw print. Yeah, it all happened during the ad break. He jumped into the tankards and then jumped out. He realized what he did. He will sometimes, like, he'll jump on the cart, but he's used to the mugs being dry. So he didn't know what to do when they were squishy. All right, that'll be okay. I think I'm just gonna, well, I'll do this. That's a claw mark. There we go, do that. Yeah. Does anybody want an extra paw print, cat paw print of approval right there? Ugh. I'm not sure about this one. Yeah. Yeah, it's stuck back together. A little bit softer. That's okay. It's just one. Even greater work of angelic beauty. Yeah. It is Pawley. It is. Yes. He's stepped on things when it was covered in plastic because he thought he could just walk over it. So he knows not to do that now, and he will sometimes he will walk through the mugs because when they're dry, and usually that's fine. This time it might have been okay if the pots had been a little drier, because then he would have just walked through them and left paw prints. But that one was. That one didn't make it. Phew. So I apologize if I yelled in everybody's ear just suddenly, because I just look over and I could see the butt wiggle, and I just didn't catch him in time. But both of the cats here are good. Like, neither of them are vindictive in that they push things over to get attention. If that were the case, they would not be studio cats. Can't hear me over what? I'm a little soft. Okay, well. All right. How's that? We'll see if this is any better. Whoop, and now we're all blurry. Now we're all out of focus. There we go. All right, let's do 6 more of these. So we've got 20. Don't remember where I started putting them. There we go. Oh, so I've got 25. So that was 25. Okay, I'll do this one, and then since it is 6 o'clock our time, I will take a break. Or it's almost 6 o'clock. It is quickly approaching 6 o'clock. I'll take a quick break. So we have 42 tankards, which is a much better number anyway. Probably should have just kept it at 42 to begin with. We will have hopefully 26 mugs and then a yarn bowl. Of course, the last one's going to be finicky because I said it was going to be the last one. There we go. So not a bad haul today. We got 70 pieces. Here we go. Let's see what we've got going on here. I'm going to see if there's anybody on we can raid. Let's see. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. Yeah, Rain, thank you, and have a good Monday, since it is already Monday where you're at. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Lockwood Leathercraft. Wonder Hamster, are we going to see them in a few weeks, or is that something else? but we're gonna go see what they're working on today. Like their name says, they make leather goods. They make bags and like dice trays and leather straps, all kinds of things, armor. So we're gonna go see what kind of project they're working on today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend or a good start to your week. I'll see y'all later. Here we go.